Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd Chrisley says a lot of Christians put too much value on stuff. Todd Chrisley got candid with his podcast listeners on Chrisley Confessions this week about placing too much value on stuff. What did the Chrisley Knows Best father have to say about value and possessions? Keep reading for the details. Todd Chrisley believes people put too much value in stuff. According to Todd Chrisley, he believes a lot of Christians have lost their footing and wandered slightly from God's path by placing too much value on stuff and forgetting where they came from. He explained that there is nothing wrong with climbing to the top and wanting better things in life. He, however, admits one of the biggest mistakes people make is climbing to the top and never looking back. Todd explained that oftentimes people forget about their roots and where they came from. Where did this reality TV star come from? In his podcast, Todd Chrisley talks about not forgetting a person's roots and where they came from. This bodes one big question for fans. Where did Todd come from? What did he do before he was famous? According to Distractify, the Chrisley Knows Best star worked as a real estate investor before rising to fame. At one time, Todd was even headed down a path with the intention of opening a department store he had planned to name Chrisley & Company. Sadly, his department store plans were short-lived when his real estate firm called Chrisley Asset Management went under during the financial crisis in 2008. Today, the Todd Chrisley that fans know and love is a reality king that lives on top of the world. The question is, how did he get there? For a few years, Todd Chrisley supported his family by flipping houses. It was around 2014 when he shifted from real estate to reality TV after he was approached by All3 Media and Maverick Television. Soon after, Chrisley Knows Best was born. The series was a raging success, causing Todd to ride to fame, taking his entire family up with him. Teresa Terry opened up about who Todd used to be. Speaking to Mail Online, Todd Chrisley's ex-wife admits that Todd had been involved in the real estate world shortly after he entered adulthood. She explained, he liked real estate, that's where he made all his money and that's what he did from the beginning. He'd find houses. He'd fix them up and make them amazing, and then it was on to the next house. Teresa Terry also told the outlet that Todd was fascinating even as a child because he had an eye for quality clothing and was obsessed with television. Todd Chrisley has never been one to hold back. Whether he's scolding his kids with his signature southern sass on Chrisley Knows Best or opening up about life's hardest lessons from behind bars, Todd has always blended humor and honesty in a way that captivates people. But his recent remarks about Christians and their obsession with material stuff have hit deeper than usual, striking a chord that's part confession, part revelation. In a heartfelt reflection reportedly shared after his release from prison, Todd Chrisley admitted that for a long time, he misunderstood what true success looked like. I think a lot of Christians, me included, put too much value on stuff, he said. We confuse God's blessings with God's approval. Those words carried weight, especially coming from someone once known for his designer suits, luxury cars, and million-dollar homes. For years, Todd and his wife Julie were the epitome of Southern success, a family who appeared to have it all. But behind the glittering facade was a man who now admits he was too busy chasing status to fully understand spiritual substance. A wake-up call in the wilderness. When Todd and Julie Chrisley were sentenced to prison, the world watched with judgment, sympathy, and shock. It was a fall from grace that few could have predicted. But in the quiet, stripped-down existence of a prison cell, Todd says he found something that wealth and fame never gave him: peace. In prison, I didn't have the fancy cars or the cameras, he reportedly shared. I had a bed, a Bible, and time to think. And that's when I realized, I used to think blessings were the things I could touch. But blessings are really what you can feel when everything else is gone. It's a sentiment that many believers struggle to accept in a culture where success is often equated with God's favor. Todd's words suggest that his time away from the world's noise helped him rediscover what faith truly means. From mansions to minimalism. For years, Todd's life revolved around appearance. The show's fans loved his high-end taste and witty confidence. His homes were immaculate, his wardrobe impeccable, and his standards high, sometimes humorously so. Yet Todd now admits that all those material comforts came with a spiritual cost. I thought I was living my best life, he said. But I was just decorating my distractions. That line alone could be printed on a sermon flyer. It's a rare admission of how success can distort spiritual priorities. Todd's point isn't that money or nice things are evil. He's clear about that. But that when stuff becomes the center of your identity, it replaces what things isn't the problem, he added. It's when those things start having you that you've lost your way. Julie's quiet strength. Todd has also credited Julie's unwavering faith for helping him see things differently. During their time apart, he said Julie remained a beacon of strength, often reminding him of the biblical principle of storing treasures in heaven, not on earth. Julie would write me letters, Todd shared. She'd tell me, "Todd, God doesn't care about the marble floors or the chandeliers. He cares about your heart." And she was right. My heart needed rebuilding more than any mansion I ever owned. Her influence, he says, helped him realize that faith isn't proven in comfort, it's refined in suffering. Rebuilding with purpose, not possessions. Now that Todd and Julie have re-entered life outside prison, their focus reportedly isn't on reclaiming wealth but on reclaiming purpose. Sources close to the couple say their new reality project, one that teases never-before-seen footage from their post-prison lives, aims to show a different side of the Chrisleys, humbler, more grounded, and spiritually centered. Todd has said he wants to use his platform to redirect the conversation from fame to faith. "If my story can help someone realize that they don't need to chase status to feel secure, then it's worth sharing," he said. He's even joked about how God used his own love of stuff to humble him. "It's funny," he said, laughing. "God didn't take away my things to punish me. He took them away to free me. Turns out, I had too many distractions between me and him." A message to modern Christians. Todd's message isn't just about him, it's about a broader trend in Christian culture. "We've turned faith into fashion," he said bluntly. "We wear crosses, quote verses, and post our blessings online, but we're missing the deeper call, to actually live like Jesus, not just look blessed." That statement struck a nerve among listeners. In a time when social media rewards appearances and lifestyle influencers promote faith-based luxury, Todd's words feel both refreshing and convicting. Jesus didn't need a mansion to prove he was the Son of God, Todd noted. He had purpose, not property. And that's what I want for myself, purpose that can't be taken away. Nanny Faye's take. You can't take it with you. Of course, no Chrisley reflection would be complete without a word from the family matriarch, Nanny Faye. Known for her no-nonsense wisdom and humor, she reportedly told Todd something that put everything in perspective. "Todd, I've been telling you for years, you can't take it with you when you go. The good Lord doesn't care if your couch is velvet or vinyl." Her tough love has always been a grounding force for the family, and even Todd admits that his mom's simple faith has taught him more than any luxury could. Lessons from the fall. Todd's fall from grace has been public and painful, but he's choosing to see it as a lesson rather than a loss. "God let me fall because he wanted me to finally look up," Todd reflected. "Sometimes he has to take away everything we lean on, money, fame, reputation, so we'll finally lean on him." It's a message that resonates not just with Christians, but with anyone who's ever confused external success with inner peace. Todd says that while he once measured his worth in square footage and status, he now measures it in gratitude and grace. The road ahead. As Todd and Julie rebuild their lives, they appear committed to living out this renewed perspective. Todd has hinted that their future projects, possibly including a podcast and speaking engagements, will focus more on faith, forgiveness, and family healing. "I'm not perfect, and I never will be," he said. "But I've learned that the most valuable things in life can't be bought: love, peace, forgiveness, and the freedom that comes from knowing you're right with God." He paused, before adding one last thought. "The world can take your stuff, but it can't take your soul unless you give it away." In the end, Todd Chrisley's words about Christians valuing stuff too much aren't just a confession, they are a challenge. A reminder that true faith isn't measured by what we have, but by who we are when we have nothing.